big up, everybody. It's your girl Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk for, you know, another little video as it was requested, basically reacting to, even though I've seen it, but it sparked a lot of talks and debate here in Norway after Barcelona star and Norwegian international Caroline Graham Hansen decided to make a very telling interview for Viaplay. She also did a separate interview for NRK, but the Viaplay interview, that's where the tea was spilled. That's where you can, whoo, it was a lot for sure. Like you were saying stuff without really saying stuff, but we get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna be basically dissecting it, reacting to it, and whatnot. It's in Norwegian, but as I do speak Norwegian, I'll try to, translate in my best ability for you guys and whatnot. And I'll have the full video in the description box as I don't own the rights to the video, but it'll be linked below as well as potentially also the NRK interview just so that you guys can check that out. But yeah, before we dive in, make sure you give this video here a big thumbs up. And of course, also subscribe to the channel. We're not that far away from 2K subscribers. Hope to be able to do that before the Prem season starts, which is in about 2 weeks from now. So, hey, tick tock. Regardless, let's dive into this. So, the whole interview and whatnot obviously was the aftermath of Caroline Graham Hansen being dropped from Norway's starting 11 um, for the game against Switzerland, the second game of the Women's World Cup. We lost the opening game to New Zealand 1-0. Horrible performance. We wanted to, of course, respond and whatnot. And we played better, but at the end of the day, we still drew. We're still left with 1 point. And, we don't have everything in our own hands for the last game against Philippines. But here we are. Here we are. So she was asked about the fact that she was put on the bench, and she has some words to say about that. And I'll give my thoughts at the end.
Ja, jeg føler egentlig at jeg har blitt tråkka på et helt år. Og man snakker hele tiden om at man skal stå sammen som lag og stå sammen som nasjon, men
Feels like she's been stepped on, like, for over a year, and she talks about that, people, talk about that we're supposed to be standing together as a team, as a nation.
ja, jeg føler egentlig at det siste året har jeg på en måte egentlig bare tatt imot.
But she feels like the last years that she's just been, receiving, and whatnot.
Og det er ikke sånn at man skal få noe gratis her i livet, men
And it's not like you're supposed to be, getting anything for free here in life. But
en viss respekt trodde jeg at jeg hadde opparbeidet meg, og ja, kanskje
she assumed that she had, gained some type of respect.
sånn var det ikke. Kanskje man må se seg selv i speilet og tro mindre om meg selv.
She says, yeah, maybe it wasn't like that. Maybe you should maybe take a hard look at yourself in the mirror and maybe believe a little bit lesser of yourself. Yikes.
Men janteloven står tydeligvis sterkt i Norge.
The law of jante or janteloven is kind of like what should I say? Basically like how can I explain this law? It's in a way how, like, it's basically in the Nordic countries, like a kind of like a rule, an unspoken rule that you should never presume or think that you're better than anybody. Like we all should be, be treated equal, if that makes sense. Not equal in respect, but you know what I'm saying. Like, okay, in her case, obviously she's one of the better players, and with, okay, I'm being dropped, but like shouldn't I be able to add something to the team and whatnot? So yeah, for me, when she said about janteloven, the rule of jante, whoo, that definitely, wow, wow. That says a lot. Let's continue. And then the reporter asked, from who do you feel this? Who do you get this from? This feeling from? Like, where does it come from? We shouldn't be going into, about who that is in the media. Basically, we can read between the lines is what she essentially is saying, where this is coming from, the feeling that she's having, of after being dropped and whatnot, and how she's been feeling over the past year or so. Yeah, so that was that. Whew. There also, like I said, she also did do a separate, another interview with NRK, which she definitely didn't really go strongly in, but she did allude somewhere here and there, um, to there's kind of been like a, you know, lack of respect and whatnot. Then that she feels like her hands have been tied behind her back, um, and it would have been a bad outcome regardless of whatever she might have said or done. So yeah, this definitely, like I said, this has sparked some big debate. Like, there's definitely some people that definitely would maybe be a bit more on her side, and there's feeling like, okay, what the manager Hegedis is doing, the whole coaching staff, like, then something's not working. Maybe we should just scrap this up and try something new. Get somebody new in to trying to steady the ship and whatnot. But then there's other on the other side thinking, sis, maybe you're being a little bit too egotistical with coming out with this interview now. And that this definitely ends up driving maybe a little bit of an unrest, a divide within the dressing room, especially now that we have one last game left. We might get knocked out of the tournament, which of course is hella disappointing. Y'all know I was just presuming and hoping that we were going to be finishing at the top of the group, looking at us being in the same group as New Zealand, the joint host alongside Australia. And of course, we're also with Switzerland, we played against today, and Philippines is the last game on Sunday. Now, with this interview, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. There's been some reports saying maybe she might actually be Carolina Graham Hansen, by the way, is what I'm, you know, talking about here. Maybe she might actually be or in jeopardy of getting sent home potentially, because I don't know. If I'm gonna give my honest opinion, I think it would have been better for her to potentially, it's okay you speak up, but maybe do that after the game in the dressing room with the coach and whatnot. And then if you still feel the same once we've got knocked out of the tournament and whatnot, speak then, for instance. But this is kind of being a bit like, ugh. Because initially, when I saw the interview, I was shocked, but like I get some of her points, but it's maybe a bit unfair for some of the people that's still here. But it definitely makes it very clear that something is urgently alarming, wrong, I say, with this Norwegian squad right here. Something is not working here. We gotta go to the root of it. So yeah, we'll see. I will keep you guys updated if we hear anything else. If she ends up getting dropped, sent home, I'll let you know. But regardless, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and of course also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And feel free to join the SFT membership, as we are, um, you know, another way to support the channel and whatnot. So yeah, I will be back most likely tomorrow for a Man United type video. And do check out the other videos on the channel and whatnot. The watch longer that I did and the match reaction for the Switzerland Norway game is on the channel. Big up. See you guys soon. Bye.